I looked up my long-lost grandfather just to make sure I get his inheritance. First update below. I am an asshole, but this day turned out to be a mad emotional roller coaster, and I have to share this somewhere. A bit lost with my emotions, and now I can't sleep. So, my grandfather and Nan divorced before I was born. Last time I saw my grandfather was at my dad's funeral when I was 9 years old. I remember him giving me a bag of sweets that day. My dad was an only child to my Nan, and I was his only child. My Nan passed away 5 years ago. I inherited my Nan, including her old diaries. Turns out my Nan had an extremely difficult life, and one factor was that my grandfather is truly an awful person. Narcissistic, violent, drunk, and abusive. I never wanted to contact him. Until yesterday, my boyfriend said how he inherited a bit of money from his granddad some while back. I thought, well, I'm glad I don't have to deal with all that stress again, as sorting out my Nan's inheritance and funeral was super stressful to me. But then I realized I have a living grandfather who might not have any children left, so I went and looked him up online. It was really easy to find him. He's posted all his details on multiple public platforms. I found his Threads account and saw all the pathetic comments. He's begging young women and bot accounts to respond to his messages and making slimy, disgusting jokes. He's also openly racist and misogynistic. I checked my home country's law on inheritance. By law, I'm entitled to my dad's portion. Totally selfishly and only material gain in my mind, I thought that I really should message him, just so he knows my name. My surname has been changed, and just to check if he had any more kids after my dad. Just so I can prepare for his death and have all the relevant paperwork ready. I wrote the message saying something along the lines, "Hey, insert name here. Are you the ex-husband of my Nan and the father of my dad? I believe you are my grandfather. Nan passed away a few years ago, and I miss her dearly. She was a mother figure to me in many ways. I now live in a different country, but I miss my roots and heritage. I wanted to reach out to you to ask, how have you lived life? I would love to hear from your experiences. I'm a manipulative asshole. I knew that he would fall for my message as a narcissistic person with nationalist tendencies. I purposely stroked his ego. I was not prepared for his response. He wrote a long message of how my Nan had ruined his reputation by spreading lies in my home village. Apparently, he's never touched booze or even beer, and you can't find better man than good old him. He told me how his 2 divorces have cost him hundreds of thousands, how women keep messaging him and wanting his money, how he has a nice car and a huge house by the sea. Typical. But then he also said, "My dear granddaughter, you have been in my mind almost daily. I've been looking for you everywhere, but I didn't know your name had changed. I feel like a huge rock has shifted off my chest now that I heard from you. I only wish I could tell my mom, your great-grandma, that I have found you." I fucking sobbed. I cried so hard and long, I had to quit work early, and I have no idea why. He then told me that he has a daughter, my aunt, who's only 3 years older than I am. He also told me that they've not been in touch since the divorce with her mother. I asked for her name and found her on socials too. And I was shocked. She looks more like my sister than my sisters do. Suddenly, I was totally obsessed in finding out more about her. She's got a 4-year-old pug whom she has based her whole social media around of. She volunteers for care homes, just like I do too. She was awarded 5 years ago for rescuing people from a burning building. She's recently lost 60 kilograms. She's career-driven and doesn't have children, just like me. She loves her dog obsessively, like I love my cat. I sent her a message too, but by that time it was already past midnight at my home country. She'll probably see my message in the morning, and now I can't sleep. I feel guilty for reaching out to my grandfather, and now I just hope that I can get to know my aunt. I truly hope she'll respond. I want to know her side of the story too. Is my grandfather truly an awful man? Or is he actually a victim of nasty lies and I'm truly an asshole? I might find out in the morning. Update. First of all, my mom remarried and I have 2 younger half-sisters. But I'm my dad's only child. I'd also like to add one detail of my conversation with my grandfather. He not once asked me anything. When I reached out to him, all he talked about was him and how he's feeling and how his reputation has been ruined. He didn't ask where I live, what do I have children, etc. I think this tells something about his character. Secondly, thank you so much for all the encouraging messages and words of advice. I had a very confusing day and a sleepless night. Thirdly, my aunt replied to me. She saw my message this afternoon and it took her a while to respond, but her first message put me instantly at ease. Hey, OP. Yes, I am your aunt. And thank you so much for reaching out to me. I have been looking for you for years. I told her how I reached out to my grandfather and found out about her. She was shocked to hear he had even mentioned her, as they have cut all contact 5 years ago. She's even changed her surname to her mom's maiden name, to get more distance from him. I told her that it took me for so long to reach out as I never had a good feeling about my grandfather. I didn't tell her anything bad I have heard or found out. She responded to me with a voice note. Her voice is calm and collected, yet very soft and low. Very comforting. She told me that her mom's health has just declined and she herself has just come out of a surgery too. She's been trying to keep everyday life going for both of them and their dogs now for a few weeks. So she's physically and emotionally quite exhausted right now. She promised me that she'll tell me the whole thing and drama once she has a bit more energy. I assume there's a bit of trauma involved. She also said that she can't wait to tell me stories of her side of family in general, and she's very eager to hear more about my dad, her brother, and my side of family too. We exchanged phone numbers, and for now we settled to swapping photos of our pets and other loved ones to keep the conversation light. I haven't even bothered to message my grandfather today. This interaction with my aunt already told me what I need to know, really. But I might do another update once I get the juicy details of the drama 5 years ago. According to the inheritance law of my home country, we'll split everything he has left 50-50. And she already seems like a person I have no trouble doing that with when the time comes. Time for my personal RAW take. Okay, first off, this lady is diabolical. She was fully driven for financial gain, even with the unfortunate passing of her beloved family members. There's no telling if she plans to continue to try forge more of a relationship with her grandfather, but I think she came to believe that he's not that great of a person. And when death finally knocks on his door, her and her aunt will be making it rain. But I think that's the best part of this story. Not the money at the end of the eventual dead man's rainbow, but the family members she found in the process. I mean, it sounds like this woman has had it tough growing up with all of her kind family members passing on, so it's good to know that she didn't end up lonely.